Hey everyone, and welcome to day 8 of my horror movie review marathon. I've got your Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2 movie review. Following the events of the Blair Witch Project movie, a group of people further try to discover the truth of the urban legend. As far as the story goes, this movie was released in the year 2000, and right away, it's not a movie that you would think not to love, because it sort of strayed away from what I found to be quite excellent about the Blair Witch Project, and this movie was just, story-wise, very disappointing, and it strays away completely from what made the first movie special, because it takes you in a completely different direction, and it's not necessarily the direction that anybody wants to see going. Right off the bat, this movie starts out as if it's a made-for-TV type of movie. It's loud, it's obnoxious, and there's this group of people, these tourists that are headed straight for Burkittsville, Maryland, which was the location of the Blair Witch Project. Due to that film's reception, this movie was basically made as if the first movie was a real thing. Now granted, back in the day when I first saw the Blair Witch Project, I almost considered it to be a real life thing. Like, they had a website and the actors were all playing characters of the same name. So it really did feel like the film is being treated as if this was a real phenomenon. And then it's become this tourist attraction. And I didn't really like that aspect of the movie. I just think it was a completely wrong choice to have it here, because I thought that this movie would try to one-up the first movie, and clearly that did not happen. So as far as the casting goes, there's not a lot of well-known actors in this movie, and there's only one person that I could point out that I actually was familiar with, and that was Jeffrey Donovan. And even his character was, being treated badly because he was being put in police custody for some reason, and everybody was just terrible with their roles, and their characters were just so unlikable. I couldn't stand them. I didn't even want to hear them speak any second because of just how bad it was. Now, I would say the one thing that I liked about this movie was the fact that there were some freaky parts, but that's really not saying much because it was really cheaply made, the graphics were poor. So as far as the things that I didn't really like about this movie, I would say this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's lame, it's unnecessary, with all of these jump scares that really didn't go anywhere, and it's really not that scary, and it's stupid for the most part. I just could not get into it whatsoever. So overall, I would say that this movie just did not appeal to me. I don't think it appealed to anybody, even though there was a scene in here that reminded me of Blair Witch, which just came out this year, but even that movie was better than this. So I would not recommend seeing this movie. I think just stick with the first and the third movies and just skip this one altogether. So I would give this a half heart on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2, and come back tomorrow for day 9 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.